Hey everybody, this is George from the Miller School of Music. I'm doing a quick lesson on rhythm in melody. Alright, so the idea here is one of the things you see a lot of new beginner players is really kind of playing the same rhythms and not really expressing themselves rhythmically as much as they do melodically. So most of the time when you're thinking, when you're improvising or playing melody, mostly kind of feeling melodic ideas versus rhythmic ideas. So the idea here is basically enriching your rhythmic vocabulary. And one of the ways you can do that is by just practicing all your subdivisions when you're practicing your scales is a good way to do it. So practicing your scales, playing quarter notes, which is groups of 1, eighth notes, groups of 2, triplets, groups of 3, 16th notes, which would be groups of 4, quintuplets, groups of 5, 16th note triplets, groups of 6. And you can keep on going to septuplets, 32nd notes, and then you can get into odd groupings like dotted eighth notes. So there's a lot of different ways of doing this. So I'm going to start simple. We're just going to go basically up to 6. And then we'll hit some of the different concepts on some future lessons. So I'm going to take a metronome here, and I'm going to start to 60 BPMs. Now obviously it's best to start slow, work your way up. So it's a good idea to take a simple pattern here that you're comfortable with. You don't want to try learning a scale at the same time working on these rhythm ideas. So I'm going to take a simple A minor pentatonic position, and we're going to use that. So I'm going to start off with quarter notes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Then eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Triplets. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1, 2 and a 3 and a 4 and 16s. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a... So next would be quintuplets. So you could count these just using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or you can use Indian solfege, taka-taka-ta. There's a bunch of different ones, and I feel like there's some other even sayings. But all it matters is something that represents 5 syllables. So I'm going to use the Indian solfege. So taka-taka-ta, 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 taka-taka-ta. Then 16th note triplets. So this would be 1 to the and to the 2 to the and to the 3 to the and to the 4 to the and to the 1 to the and to the 2 to the and to the 3 to the and to the 4 to the and to the 1 to the and to the 2 to the and to the 3 to the and to the 4 to the. And another thing you can do is when you're breaking 16th note triplets, instead of thinking 2 groups of 3, 1 to and to 2 to and to, you could think more in terms of triplets, which are 3 groups of 2, which would be 1 to and to 2 to and to 3 to and to 4 to. So the difference is being if you were playing more like a blues or jazz context where triplets were more the underlying subdivision, thinking 3 groups of 2 is going to feel more natural than 2 groups of 3. Whereas if you were in a straight rock feel, playing the 2 groups of 3 is going to fit better over the subdivision. So again, this is not something you want to be thinking when you're playing, but thinking when you're practicing. You're internalizing these concepts into your playing so it becomes natural. All right, this concludes the lesson. Take care, hit that subscribe button, have a great day.